All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the world of Pro Tools. Obviously, this looks different than what you see on a Sunday morning. We're usually looking at our P16s to dial in our mix, but for you visual learners out there, we're still using the same concepts. We're going to be doing some panning and just turning some things up and down, trying to get the best mix possible. So if you are a visual learner, then hopefully this will have some benefit. So let's get started. Right now, every track is right down the middle. Everything is right down the center except for drums. Drums are already panned. We get a submix of drums into our P16s into channel 2 and 3, and those need to be panned left and right, and they typically are anyway. So what this looks like is our Pro Tools session is set up just like that. So right now, if you follow with me in my ridiculously big cursor, over here, I tried to set this up like our P16. So over here, we have click first, and then all of these blue tracks here are drums. This baby blue track, bass, green or electric guitar, acoustic guitar. All of the purple are piano, keys. And then red here, we got 3 vocalists, Matt, Jenny Dobb, and Jen Boynton. And then right here, room left and room right, those are our ambient room mics, and we're going to play with those a little bit too. So, all right, let's get into this song. All right, and first we're going to start with the guitars. Guitars, piano, synth. So here we go. And there we have it. So what I did there, if you follow the cursor, so I took the electric guitar and I set it over to the left around, if you consider this pan knob a clock, I put it at about, 9:30. And I put the acoustic guitar over here around 2:30. The piano, we typically just have one track of piano, so I like to have that around 2 o'clock. And then the synth, the pads, they're always hard left and hard right, and it sounds like this. Sorry, hold on. Now, the reason that's important is because all of these instruments pretty much play in the same frequency range. So we want to get those spread apart so that you can hear everything. And if you noticed, I really didn't turn anything up or down. All we did was just shoot things out to the left or to the right. Now, what I've found out, what I've been finding is a lot of people are kind of scared of drums. They don't want to have drums too loud because they think it overpowers everything. And that can be right if you're not making good use of panning. But I like a lot of drums. I like the song to sound like it sounds on the recording. And so let's hear it. Here's the drums. And I like a lot of bass too. So let's listen to just drums here. And then we'll add some bass. And that feels good to me. They got a nice groove going. Now we're going to add, and the bass always needs to be in the middle. Now you've got electric guitar. acoustic guitar, piano, pads, and now we're going to add vocals. Now, I'm pretty happy with this mix. Like, if I'm getting this mix in my ears, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. This is a pretty good sounding mix, considering that it's all live. There's nothing put on these tracks. These are all raw. There's no EQ. There's no compression. None of that. Just coming raw, straight right in to our P16s. So the last thing that we want to do is we want to adjust our room mics, the ambient mics, because watch what happens. Here we have no ambient mics right here. Watch. Hold on. Oh my gosh. So that right there is no ambient mic. That right there was the ambient mics, but they're still just right down the middle. See right there and right there? So we're going to pan those. Watch. Oh, you've come to be hope to this world. Now, you might not have noticed how much that opened up, but watch as I take it away. Watch this. To take sin, to bear shame, now it's gone. To conquer the grave, oh, now we're going to add it back in. Sing it out. Our deliverer. Our deliverer. You are Savior. In your presence we find our strength. Over everything, our redemption God with us. So obviously you can hear the room. It's got a lot more life to the mix with those room left and right mics in, and you want those panned hard left and hard right. And so I'm extremely excited about this mix. This is pretty dang good for just some dry tracks coming in. There's some other functionality on the P16, some EQ stuff that you can do to make this sound even better. But if you are at the very least doing this using panning and just turning things up and down while incorporating your panning, you should be able to dial in a mix that sounds at least this good. You are here. You are holy. We are standing in your glory. Our deliverer, you are Savior. In your presence we find our strength. Over everything, our redemption. All right, so thanks for listening, and I hope that helps. Next time you lead at rehearsal, don't be afraid to take the time to dial in your mix. Ask me questions, ask other people questions, whatever you got to do, get your mix set right. Try to make the mix as good as it can be, and I think you're going to find a lot of benefit from it. Thanks, guys.